never sure if I'm gonna do this right. Okay, so just hit these trees and make sure they fall into the barrels. And I think these things are a bit more coconut happy in this version, because it's a lot easier to screw up and I'm not sure why this is, but I think these monkeys are a bit more. What, are they faster? Because I often have to do this. Just ram into these trees ahead of time because they will not hesitate to hit Hunter. You'd think maybe, the only hazard would be the one that he's headed for. But no, he just has to be close, and any of them will throw coconuts at him. So yeah, this mission I found to be a little tricky. At least that's been my experience. Like, I'm just paranoid and I just hit the trees as soon as he walks by them, even if he's not headed towards them. And let's see, which ones did I hit? Yeah, hit all of these trees as well. Okay, that one had a monkey in it. Ha! What was that ha? I sound like a robot. But yeah, these trees, the ones that just drop coconuts on them. The ones that just drop coconuts, I mean. Ram into all of them, and you get a skill point. And yeah, I also don't want to, I think I said this before as well, I don't want to do I don't want to do a second run where I have the super flame. I pretty much did that with the old one. And plus, I think it's gotten a serious downgrade. It doesn't feel like it's as powerful as the old one. Though playing with it is still fun. And I don't think it goes away if you... See, in the old one, when you wanted to start a new file without the super flame, I think you just had to start the file over. Don't get 100% and don't go through the power-up. I'm going to show the power-up. But I'm not gonna get the super flame and replay the game. But yeah, in the old one, I think you just start a new file without going through that power up again. In this one, I think you have to use a code to get rid of it, if I recall correctly. I don't often play this game with the super flame, so yeah, I play the old one very often with the super game, but not this. Actually, I haven't played the old one in forever, but yeah, when I was playing it, I played that game all the time, and I would often just 100% it and just replay it over and over again with the super flame. I don't do that much with this one, and I really think it's gotten a bit of a downgrade. Thankfully, this mission is much easier. So we just have to go to each of the flagpoles. We have to aim at them and shoot this guy down. So, the reason that this is so much easier is because look at what he does. He just backs away when he tosses bombs at you. Now, in the old one, I don't think he did that every time. He would only do that if you got close. If you got close enough for him to throw a bomb, I don't think he would move as far or as fast. So, yeah, he covers, I think, a lot more ground in a short amount of time than this. And that makes this mission so much easier. So that's one thing I'm thankful for, because I hated this stupid mission so much. And I believe you get a trophy for doing the whole thing without touching the bombs once. And yeah, I think I ended up getting all of the trophies. And, oh wait, let me get these gems. I think I ended up getting all the trophies without realizing it. I don't remember if I did. But I remember getting some trophies from Spyro 3 recently when I was doing my practice run. And I didn't realize that oh crap. I didn't realize that I hadn't gotten some of those later trophies. So that was kind of a surprise. And if you recall from my previous Let's Play, I said that going through here was a good way to just push him back. In this, all you have to do is just climb up here. And that's it. I think if you run through that cave, it doesn't push him back. But just hop on those platforms, and that's an easy way to just push him back without risking getting hit. This area right here, this is pretty much this is the trickiest area to get through, because it's so narrow. There's not much breathing room compared to the rest of the stage. I don't know why my tongue is so lazy today. The rest of the stage. And another thing you might recall from my old Let's Play is that this right here can serve as a good shortcut. So he goes back to the beginning of the stage, and you can just take this whirlwind and shoot him from here. And one thing that I thought maybe this would provide some hints for Toys for Bob. Like, I get that Spyro 3 is the one that initiated the shortcuts. You could just make your way back to the beginning of the stage via whatever shortcut the stage has at the end. Not so much in the first two games, but Scorch kind of has something like that, and I just demonstrated it. So I was hoping maybe Toys for Bob would change that, and of course they didn't. It's still a great game, but I was hoping they would change that. Actually, let me come down here and get these gems before I forget about them, because I will. But yeah, I was hoping they would change that, and they would work on the continuity a little bit. Well, not the continuity, but the replay value. I don't even know what I think I'm using the wrong words. But I mean specifically for missions like oh crap, I was at the end. In missions like the Alchemist mission, we're going to get to that soon. I'm just going to show you the mission. I'm not going to do it because of the problem that I'm currently talking about. Like, you can't do the second phase because you don't have the head bash. And because of that, if you do phase 1 and you leave because you can't do phase 2, you have to do phase 1 all over again once you get the head bash. Because, yeah, like, I really do not like that design at all. I'm not going to say it's terrible game design. That's just how Insomniac made it. So, I get it. Toys for Bob made it exactly the way it was before. But that was one thing I really hoped they would change. And that is one of the most annoying missions. It's not so annoying in this version. At least I don't feel it's as annoying. I actually think it's much easier because the Earth Shapers are much easier to deal with. But I really don't like that game design at all. So yeah, you can talk to Handel and he'll just say his sister's ugly.
You see my sister Greta? She's ugly with pigtails.
She's ugly with pigtails. But no triangle here. Like, what happened? And now, creepiness ensues. So funny, but still, the eyes. Again, I don't think it's nearly as creepy as the old one, but still. It still creeps me out to this day. That's so funny, though. And what's even funnier is that, as powerful as these kids are, they get taken in by. We're going to see him later, but his name is Agent Zero. And he pretty much takes them in the epilogue for this game. So later on, when we see them in Fireworks Factory, they pretty much have learned karate. You'd think they already would know that, though. They're secret agents. They're sent to... Why are these kids sent to... Why am I even asking? Kids sent to blow up a castle. This is another favorite intro of mine. It's probably what every neighbor wants to do to someone living next to them playing loud music. Awesome. And here's something I really like. Look at these fonts.
Oh, hello there, Mr. Dragon. You're pretty cute for a quadruped. I wish I could take you on a tour of our temple, but a bunch of lousy earth shapers have encased it in stone.
So yeah, I love this change. The fawns, yeah, before, they just sounded like, some American teenage girl or something. That's pretty much what the voice was for these fawns. But now they have a Scottish accent. I like the dresses. I just like the overall design. And I love that they're... Well, they were blue in the other one. But I love this color. That's my favorite color. So I really like the design for these fawns. And also, you really have to love that they sent... this is the previous stage, but you have to love how they sent kids to blow up a castle, but one of them was too stupid to resist candy. Maybe that's why Toys for Bob took that out. Like, they probably didn't want to imply that kids are dumb because they would fall for something like that. I mean, I don't remember who this was, but I think someone was arguing that kids are actually smarter than we give them credit for. It's like, if they see something they want, they're gonna go for it. But they're also kids. They need to be taught, right? So they're not really gonna know what caution is initially. With Handel, though, he's a secret agent, so why exactly didn't they tell him, oh, don't do this? Like, if this happens, don't do this. I don't get it. But yeah, if a kid sees something that they want, they're gonna get it. They're gonna go after it. And I really like the design for these Earth Shapers. Like, I like the flowers on their back. Like, that's pretty. I like that. It's pretty much the same design for the Magma Cone ones. So they didn't really change anything except the weapons. They don't have pickaxes. They actually have hammers, but apart from that, they just use the same design. And, I'm not going to give them shade for that. I really like the design for the Earth Shapers. One thing that I really wanted them to change, though, was that whenever you free any of these satyrs, they just restart the music for the stage. So I hope maybe they would just have the music continue once these guys were finished with their little tune. They just restart the song. I don't really like that. But I really like this remix because I like the sound of the hooves that they threw in. It's kind of like the cat sound that I really like in Zephyr. I like that little detail. I don't know why. And this really fits for a night stage. Like, I really like that they just compose different versions of the tracks instead of just repeating the track. Yeah, they did something similar with Sheila's Out and Lost Fleet. Lost Fleet is pretty much the same track, only there's a bit more accordion in it, right? So it's supposed to sound like it's a pirate theme stage, or you know, it's just sailing. You know, there's ships everywhere. So I like that Toys for Bob changed the track so that it does sound more akin to a pirate theme stage or a ship theme stage. There's no pirates there. It's just Rhinox dressed as ghosts and crabs. But obviously, ships and the sea, like, that's the theme. I don't know if I like that Sheila's Alps was used for that in the original one. But it's a good track. I do like that. And again, no shade, because I really love Stuart Copeland's compositions. And I don't remember the name of the guy that did the remixes for this game, but I love his work as well. I think they're gonna. I still don't know if it was confirmed that Spyro 4 is going to be. I actually haven't checked, but I don't know yet if it was confirmed. But I think someone said they might be bringing back the guy that did these remixes, and I'm all for that. I seriously hope that there's a bit of influence from Stuart Copeland, because I would really love to hear tracks that are extremely reminiscent of this game. I love Ripto's Rage especially. This is my favorite out of all of them. I love the tracks in this game. I love this game in general. So I seriously do hope. But, you know, even if he doesn't, I still like the remixes. So, hey, as long as the game has great music, I'm all for the guy that did these remixes. And I did that in one try. Awesome. I feel like the supercharge is a little easier to handle in this. Like, look at this. I probably shouldn't try it this way, but I might not have to go the entire path. Yes! It took me forever to get that right. Ooh, and I'm not going to do this now. I'm just going to show you, because this was a skill point I didn't know about before. You have to run down that path using the supercharge 3 times. And I did it multiple times and couldn't figure out why I was doing it wrong. You have to run down this path. So I would cut across it to get by it faster. But yeah, you specifically have to follow that path. And you have to go through the supercharge 3 times, and you'll get the skill point. I didn't know about that for years. So let's get this talisman. And now another favorite outro of mine. So yeah, there's more than one dancing in this one. Now, when I was a kid, I thought that... See, I believe there was 3 of them initially, and I thought the one that starts dancing, it's just one that starts dancing, it's not all 3 of them. And he looks around, So I thought he was just... He was kind of openly admitting that he loves the music. There's no dialogue in any of these cutscenes, so I guess it's a little tricky to tell. But here we have Magma Cone, and we're almost done with this world. Just 2 more stages, and then we can fight the boss. And oh my gosh, I really hate the gulp fight. I seriously do. But hopefully we can get that in one try.